Ben Grimm had no idea he was about to walk into one of the most painful moments of his life. Fresh off a long mission with the Fantastic Four, the team found themselves in Grand Central Station, just another group of travelers moving through the crowd. For a rare moment, Ben felt almost like everyone else, just a man heading home. But that illusion shattered fast. As he took off his hat, an elderly woman froze, her eyes wide with terror. "It's a monster!" she shrieked, pointing right at him. Before the crowd could turn, Sue Storm quietly made him invisible to defuse the scene. Ben gave her a half smile and pulled the hat back on. "I can make myself invisible," he muttered as he walked away, though the weight in his voice made it clear. He wasn't talking about powers. Later that night on Yancey Street, a sharp scream cut through the noise of the city. This time it wasn't fear of him, it was fear of something real and immediate. Ben followed the sound, rounding a corner into a mugging in progress. In seconds, the attackers scattered, leaving him face to face with a young woman huddled by a trash bin. She didn't scream, she didn't flinch. Instead, she looked up at him and smiled. "You saved my life," she said softly. "I'm Jennifer." In that moment, something shifted. For years, Ben had been used to people staring, whispering, crossing the street to avoid him. But Jennifer talked to him like a person, like a man. She insisted on repaying him with breakfast. One meal turned into another. Lunches became dinners. Evening walks turned into dates. She laughed at his jokes, listened to his stories, and never looked at him like he was anything less than human. For the first time in years, Ben let himself believe someone could see past the rocky hide. Then, one night, after walking her home, Jennifer asked if he could pick her up from work the next day. He hesitated, part of him still afraid of being the reason she might feel embarrassed in public. But her smile pushed those doubts aside. The next day, flowers in hand, Ben arrived at her workplace and stepped into a nightmare. Jennifer was tied to a chair, and standing over her was the absorbing man. The villain explained he'd been hired to take a chunk of Ben's skin for a fortune. He tried everything, steel, diamonds, even molten lead, but nothing could break him. Frustrated, he gave up and left. That's when Jennifer spoke. Her company was collapsing. She needed something valuable to sell. This, her kind words, their dates, every laugh, had all been an act. "Did you really think I liked monsters like you?" she said. Ben didn't shout, didn't break anything in rage. He simply knelt down, dug his fingers into his own rocky hide, and tore off a jagged piece. "The last couple weeks were great, Jennifer," he said quietly. "I thought you were a friend. You could have just asked." He placed the fragment in her hand and walked away. By the time the rest of the Fantastic Four arrived, Reed Richards was ready to run scans for injuries, but Ben only shook his head. He whispered, "It won't show where I'm really hurt."